Hey guys, it's Dion with 901 Cravings, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to melt chocolate and candy melt so that you can dip your berries in the different ways of drying them. First step is cleaning your berries. Now, most people, well majority of people, they like to just go ahead and clean the berries inside the container that it came in. Me, I like to make sure the berries are actually thoroughly clean, so I will take them out of the container and put them inside a colander or a drainer. And rinse them off. Shake them around if you have to. Just make sure any and all dirt gets off of them. They come pre-washed, but there's nothing wrong with washing them again. Okay, next what you do is you can take a sheet tray, just like this, line it with paper towels, and you take the strawberries and you just dump them onto the sheet tray, spread them out. And then what I like to do is I like to take some more paper towels and I'll go behind and I will just finish patting them dry. Just finish patting them dry. Good, because you don't want any water stuff to get into the chocolate or candy melts. Okay, and now it's time to melt your chocolate and candy melts. And one of the ways that I melt mine is I use the microwave. And so now when it comes to using the microwave, it is best to remember that when melting chocolate, it is best to have your power level of the microwave really low, either a 5 or a 6. Me, preferably, I have mine at about 6, which is hot enough for me. And that way I can microwave at 30-second to 1-minute intervals. So now, you can microwave at full power, but only thing is though, microwaving at full power, you'll have to take the chocolate out every 10 seconds to stir it, or you will burn the chocolate. Yes, you can burn chocolate in the microwave by microwaving it at full power, especially if you are not watching it. Okay, chocolate is done heating up. Well, the first stage of it anyway. And so now you take out a look at it. You can see how the chocolate is starting to melt. That's good. And so what it is, you would keep repeating this process until your chocolate is fully melted. Okay. And so now I'll go ahead and show you a finished product. Okay. Chocolate is all melted. No lumps or nothing. Now let's move on to the candy melts. So now for candy melts, it is the same process, but thing is, candy melts are different than chocolate. They can melt the same way, but they can burn and mess up way more easily and very fast if you don't pay attention. Okay? And so now with your chocolate and candy melts melted, you're probably going to find yourself thinking, wow, my chocolate and candy melt seem kind of thick. As you can see, what can I do to help loosen them up? Especially candy melts. When you melt candy melts, they come out extremely thick, as you can see. And one way to help loosen up everything is if you have what's known as Paramount crystals. And if you're wondering what Paramount crystals are nothing but flakes of shortening. Yes, that's right, shortening. Shortening is the best thing to use to thin out chocolate and candy melts. Please, I beg you, do not ever use water. A lot of people make the mistake of using water to try to thin out candy melts and chocolate. And all water is going to do is seize up the chocolate and candy melts and just make it harden, and you're going to have to throw it away and start all over. And so now, if you don't have access to Paramount crystals, the next best thing for you to use is, don't laugh, shortening. Yes, that's right. I got a jar of Crisco in my hand, but shortening is the next best thing to use. And all you do is take a couple teaspoons, like I said, teaspoons, not tablespoons, but teaspoons of it, and just dip it into the candy melts and chocolate, and you stir. And so now with chocolate, it doesn't even take that much. About that much is it. But when it comes to candy melts, you gotta use a little bit more because candy melts are really, really thick. Okay, and so now let me give you an example. You start stirring it up in this warm chocolate. You are literally just seeing the shortening, the Paramount crystals melting. And so now when you do it really thin, and so the same with the candy melts. All you do is just stir it in. And there. Nice and way more thinner now. You can now work with it better. And so now if this is still too thick for you, I would suggest adding in more Paramount crystals or shortening. But what it is, don't add in too much or it's going to get extremely runny and it won't really stick to whatever you're dipping, whether it's strawberry, pretzel rods, Rice Krispies or whatever. It's not going to stick on very good. Okay, and so now on to dipping the berries. And as you can see, I'm wearing gloves like always. I cannot stress sanitation and cleanliness enough, especially when you are dealing with food and you're servicing it to other people. And so now, how I like to dip my berries in order to contain control is I will insert a toothpick right in the middle of the green stem, as you can see right there. Get the camera to focus. There we go. It's focused. You can see the toothpick is inserted to the green stem, and what that does is that allows you better control when dipping the berry. Majority of folks, what they do is they'll just grab the berry by the green stem, dip it in, and while they're trying to shake off the excess, the green stem will break and the whole strawberry will just fall in. And then you got to use your fingers to dig it out and then try to correct it. It just creates a big mess. Best way to do it right here. Okay, and so now on to dipping the berries. So once you dip in, you rotate it around nicely, pull it out, and what it is, you have to shake off the excess. And you see how much excess candy melt there is? And this is the benefit, like I said, of holding it on by the toothpick. You have good control over it. So once you're done with it, you take it and you just sit it on the sheet tray lined with parchment paper. It's same with the chocolate. Dip in, shake off the excess. And as you can see, I'm spinning it to help distribute the chocolate around the strawberry. Now, as you can see, one of the ways that you can dry off your berries is by just plainly sitting them on a sheet tray with a piece of parchment paper. But unfortunately, doing this way creates what's known as a foot on the bottom of the berry. And a lot of times, some people might find that unappealing. Some people don't care. It's all a preference. If you don't know what a foot is, that's a foot. And so now, if you want to avoid foots, let me show you this other way. Okay, and so now if you're wondering what the other way is to dry off your berry, that is by using a styrofoam block. Majority of people like to use a styrofoam block because once you dip the berries, all you gotta do is just sit them up on the styrofoam block. The toothpick can go in, and once it sits up, the whole berry will be coated, and that way no foot will be made. And to show you what I mean, you do it like this. So dip the berry. Shake off all the excess. And so now what you do is you take the berry and you just simply stick it in like that. And again, I'll show you. This time I'll dip it in the chocolate. Shake off all the excess. Come on. There you go. Alright. Take it and you just stick it in like that. Okay, and as you can see, there is an even coat all around the berries. And this is the benefit of using a styrofoam block. You get no foot at all. Only thing is you have to be careful when using a styrofoam block. If you're not careful, you can get the excess from the styrofoam onto the chocolate. And even though it may look like a design, you can't eat that. And you'll have to throw the whole berry away. Okay, guys, and with your berries all dry now, if you want to jazz them up, then a simple way you can do that is by doing a few simple drizzles. And the most easiest way to do that is like this. Take chocolate, take a spoon. Now what most folks would do is they'll take either a storage bag or a sandwich bag or even a piping bag, fill it up with the chocolate, and make a small cut on the end of the bag to drizzle it. But to me, that's like an extra unnecessary step. All you gotta do is simply this. And bam. You got a drizzle on a berry. Do another one. And just like as if you had a bag. And even do the same with the candy milk. Just as if you had a bag. Okay, so let me go ahead and skip to the end and I'll finish these out. Okay, guys, and there you have it. Chocolate dipped strawberries and candy milk dipped strawberries. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more future content. Thank you for watching.